Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a part of the Cupid Shuffle mini Valentine's hop. I teamed up with these amazing, talented ladies. They're my friends, and we're gonna bring you some great Valentine's decor ideas. So after watching my video, make sure to check out my description box. There will be a link to the next person in hop. Go on and watch her video and she will send you to the next person as well. I hope you will enjoy it, and let's go ahead and get started. For my first project, I'm going to be using this mini shadow box that came from the Dollar Tree. I'm going to put it apart, and I will actually take this beautiful craft paper that came from Hobby Lobby, and I will trace this paper that came with it and cut it out. After I cut it out, I'm using a school glue just to attach it a little bit. I don't want it to be completely glued. Then I'm taking Beverly chalk paint in a color mineral, and I will paint this frame. At first I started heavily distressing it. That's the easiest way to paint this plastic frame. After that, while that's drying, I'm taking this piece of sheet pan that came from the Dollar Tree, and I am freehanding a heart. After that, I will cut it out. And after I have that one cut it out, I'm going to do exactly the same thing with another one. So I'll create two hearts. If you're doing this, please make sure to be very careful, because this piece of metal pen could actually cut you if you're not careful. Now I'm taking these two wooden hearts that I actually got from Target Dollar Spot last year. And I am painting one of them that is red. I'm painting it white with a chalk paint. And now that everything is dry, I'm putting it together. So I'm putting the backing back in a frame. I'm putting back this jute twine with a little clips. And I am hot gluing these wooden hearts on top of the metal hearts. And I'm going to attach them to these clips, and that's pretty much for this project. I love the simplicity of this project. I love how easy it was to make, and you can certainly switch out these hearts to some notes or anything else or some pictures. I think it's super cute, but I want to hear from you. What do you think? If you're new over here, welcome. I'm Jelena. I'm stay-at-home mom of two kids. I love crafting and doing DIYs, everything on a budget. My style is mostly rustic and farmhouse. So if something like that interests you, I would like to invite you to check out my other videos. And if you like them enough, please stick around. I would love to have you. I have great videos planned for the future. If you're on social media, I would love to connect with you. I am most of the time on Instagram, Pinterest, and Facebook. Most of all on Instagram, where I post a lot of my DIYs that I did. I also post some great finds, and I post some things about my family and things that we do. I would really like to connect with you, so just come over and say hi to me. For the second project, I'm going to be using this sign that came from the Dollar Tree. If you cannot find this sign, you can certainly use again the foil sheet pen that comes from the Dollar Tree or anything similar. This was actually screwed on two places, so I unscrewed that, and then it was hot glued really tight. You can see it over here. After I took everything off, I am taking actually this other galvanized piece of heart that actually I saved it from the love sign that also was from the Dollar Tree. And now I'm going to hot glue it on the top of that galvanized square sign. Then I'm taking this jute twine, also from the Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to trace the inner part of the galvanized heart. So I'm basically creating another smaller heart that's going to be sitting on the top of the galvanized heart. When I was done with this, I took the same jute twine and I hot glued it a little bit in the back. That's where I started, and I wrapped it a few times on the bottom, and hot glue at the end as well. After that, I just spaced it out the way I wanted, and I took the lighter and I just burned off those little fuzzy pieces of twine, and they all also look way nicer when they're darker. Now, if you're doing that, please be careful. I really love how this turned out. I have a thing for galvanized stuff. It just makes it so much more rustic and old-fashioned. I absolutely love how this turned out. Again, I want to hear from you. What do you think? DIY number 3. I'm taking this canvas frame. It was from the Dollar Tree. I used it for my previous project, and I actually painted with some white, turquoise, and mineral paint. I actually distressed it to look really old, and I added a rope on the top. Now I'm using these hearts that came from the Dollar Tree, and I'm going to use this folk art wood tint in a color gray. And I'm gonna give it just one coat and I will wipe it off. I didn't want it to be too dark because I wanted that love word to show through. I did this to both of them, and after that, when it was dry, I'm taking my Rust-Oleum chalk paint in a linen white color and chippy brush from the Dollar Tree, and I am distressing it. I just wanted to go over to give some little dimension. I didn't want it to be too plain. When everything was done, I am trying to put the hearts the way I think they will look nice inside of the frame. And when I was happy, I'm just adding a hot glue where it meets with the frame and with another heart. Now, to make it more stable, I actually flipped the frame over and I added dabs of hot glue where it meets with the frame, and I added pieces of craft sticks, very tiny pieces of craft stick, just to make sure it keeps it in place. And now I'm using these push pins. I bought these off of Wish, but I know Dollar Tree has them, and I put them in a middle, or actually in that hole in a heart. That's it for this project. Again, these are all so simple to make. I wanted to show you that you can create beautiful, beautiful decor on a budget and so quick. All these took me maximum 15 minutes to make, and that's perfect. I want to remind you that my regular upload time is Tuesday and Friday at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time, unless I'm collaborating with someone or participating in a challenge. Then I'm going to let you know in advance. For my fourth project, I'm going to be using this ornament plaque that came from the Dollar Tree. It is a wooden plaque. First, I tried to peel off the sticker, but it didn't really come off easy, so I decided to use the other side. I'm using my Rust-Oleum chalk paint in a linen white color and heavily distressing it, mostly in the middle. I wanted to make sure it is painted, and then the ends were distressed. Now I'm taking this, it is actually, I don't know, it is some kind of piece that you use actually for powdered sugar or baking. It was from the Target Dollar Spot, but I actually got it at dirt cheap for 90% off. But I'm going to use it as a stencil. So I'm using this ink by Waverly, and I am dabbing the XO letters. And then I'm taking this white, red, and this mineral paint to create this beautiful pink purple color, and I am dabbing these hearts. This set of stencils, let's call them, they came in a package of I don't know how many, but they're all beautiful and it can be used many in different occasions. Now I'm just going over with a chippy brush and a white paint because I wanted to distress it further. Next, I'm taking these push pins. I bought them at a yard sale for 50 cents, but I don't like that they're gold. So I'm going to push them in and then I'm going to paint them later. You will see in a minute. Now, this was a little bit tricky. I thought it would be easier because it's a cardboard sign to push them in, but no, it was pretty hard. So if I would do it again, I would probably snip off the top tip, actually, or the push pin part, and I would just hot glue it. Now I am using this brown and kind of a bronze color to create the galvanized old look. Now these beads I used for my previous project. They're just regular beads from Walmart for 98 cents, and I am attaching it to that hole on the top of this mini flag or tag, and I am making a loop with them, and then I'm just attaching with a hot glue, and that's it for this project. Super cute, super easy, and it's so great because you can use it anywhere you want in a house. You can even hang it because it has a loop on the top. I just really love how this turned out. We're down to my fifth and last project. I'm using this shadow box that came from dirt cheap, originally from Target Dollar Spot, but I got this for 90% off. So I'm taking off the glass part and then the insert, and now it's a regular shadow box. I'm taking this antique wax by Waverly, and I'm going to first just go over and make sure to make it look old and dirty. I wanted that pink color to show through, but I didn't want it to be perfectly pink. After the first coat was done, I just added more on the corners and on just some places, and that way I achieved the older look that I wanted. After this was done, this is how it looks like. Then I'm taking these hearts that I showed you earlier from the Dollar Tree, and I'm using the same antique wax, and I'm going to give it one coat, and then I'm going to wipe it off. Now I'm taking one Jenga block, hot gluing it in the middle of this shadow box, and then I'm attaching the heart on it. Then I'm taking one of these push pins that you saw me using it earlier, putting it on in that hole, and then I'm just sliding back in that glass, that has XOXO on it. And then I'm taking this boxwood picks that I got from Walmart for 98 cents, taking two little pieces of it, and later I'm going to add a third one. You'll see it. I'm putting it in the top left corner. Then I'm taking a jute twine from the Dollar Tree. I am using 2 strands, and then I'm just creating a very simple bow. This is like a shoe tying type of bow, nothing special to it, but I really like the simplicity of it. I'm creating it just big enough so it can fit on the top of those picks. And you see me over here cutting off the excess of the tails and then adding that little piece that I thought it was missing on the top corner. And that is it for this project. I, again, love how simple this was. I love how easy it was. And it really looks beautiful, and not really that cost me less than $1 to make. So if you like this video and these projects, please give this video a thumbs up. It means so much to me, and it helps my channel and my video. And share this video. Also, if you're new, I would love to have you. So please subscribe. Stick around and watch my other videos as well. Make sure to put your notification bell on all. Make sure to check out my description box for the link to the next person in the hub. And I want to thank you for being here. I'll see you in my next video. Bye, guys.